getting to talk about all the vacations that we used to go on to.
We took a lot of vacations with Warren and Dorothy and their kids. Got together a lot.
And it seems like Dale and Thurl joined us quite a bit too.
They did that. We lived close to Dale and Thurl, and we spent a lot of time with them.
They were fun just to meet, even for a Sunday or something, you know. Yeah, we went to California together. Sometimes my car, and sometimes took two cars. And we had a fold-down camper. Warren and Dorothy had a fold-down camper, and we'd go on nice vacations, I thought, and Dale and Thurl sometimes would come with us. And Dale and Thurl sleep in our camper. We had 3 beds, and the girls slept in our camper, and you boys slept in Warren and Dorothy. One night we had parked the camper in a nice area with a trailer, set them up for trees and everything, but there was no grass. And of course it always rained at this lake. And we were in our bed, but Warren was out. I don't know what he was doing, but he come in and the boys ate in there. We generally, most of us ate over in Dorothy's camper, and she got mud on the floor. Dorothy was a woman who never could stand anything out of order or dirty. It must be clean.
And so Warren was out fooling around, and maybe he went to the bathroom or something. But she was in there cleaning the mud off the floor. Well, he come back and she had the door locked. And it was raining. Hey, he was trying to get in, and she wouldn't let him in until she got done scrubbing the floor. He got pretty violent. He got mad. And we was laughing. But she wouldn't let him in until she got the floor clean.
That was down in Arizona, wasn't it?
No, that was in Colorado. Up at that Gerby Lake, whatever it's called. Gurley. Then the next day we moved the trailer down to a grass area. And we had a really good place. Wasn't anybody there. Nice lake. And we found out the reason no one there, that they had stocked the lake with pike to kill all the suckers. And the pike had took over the lake and got rid of the sucker. Well, we took our camper there and set it up and left you boys and girls there. And us guys went over to a trout lake. And when we come back, you kids had caught some of them pike. Pretty good sized pike. And they're just like a darn alligator, shark teeth. And the girls are scared of them. So they cut the line and tie the fish off. That was quite a deal that night. And while we were at that lake, of course, everybody got dirty. And there wasn't nobody else there because the word's out there's no fish there. So Warren and the rest of them all went down to do something, and Warren never could keep his mouth shut. And he was telling everybody how big a fish, how many fish he was catching. And me and Dale stayed there. Well, I got in the lake to take a bath, ice cold, but a rock bottom, really nice lake. And I took a bath and was getting out, and Dale Crown thought, well, hey, that's a good idea. So he's got in there to take a bath. And I got out and got dressed.
So you know it, leave Dale Crown there.
And so here come a whole carload or 2 or 3 carload of people, men, women, everything. And Dale's in that lake, no clothes.
He's cold.
I felt kind of irony. He says, throw me down. I said, no, get out and get it. He finally did. He crawled out nude and got it.
That was such a pretty place. My sister Evelyn that lived about 50 miles from it, maybe less. But she said it was named as one of the most beautiful in all of Colorado.
By a long Tom Mountain.
It was gorgeous.
It was a perfect one.
Dale never did get mad about it. He's a good-natured guy. He just thought it was funny. But Thyra was mortified. She just horrified. Says, they'll see that in the paper and they'll fire you.
I think it was that very same trip. You guys went off, or maybe you guys went off to the lake and left us there again. And when you came back, Dale had left his billfold on the top of the truck,
yes,
and it had fallen off.
He had been with these hip boot waders, got out there fishing, and he stepped in a hole. He got clothes wet, But he got out and he took his billfold and took everything out of it, money and all, stuck it on top of the car. Then he got dry enough and got in, we got ready to go and forgot about it. And we took off. And I thought in the mirror I seen something fluttering. But we went all the way back, must have been 20 miles or there. And then he missed his billfold. So we jumped in the car and it was dark. And drove back over there, and you know, where I seen that stuff fluttering. Right at the lake when we was leaving. He said he found everything. Billfold and all his money and his papers, license and everything. It's kind of a miracle.
I always loved that area. I remember one time we went camping in a little side, like a KOA, but it wasn't a KOA, but on just along the river with the fold-out campers, and we'd wade out in the river and fish.
Dorothy and Darlene, we moved down there. Dara hated camping, but they found an old wooden toilet. There used to be a house there. And they scrubbed that toilet out with water and everything.
Cyril and I.
Took a tablecloth and made a door. And all the women were a lot happier. They had a bathroom. But that was a good trip.
That was back when, before Telluride, I think the hippies had gone in, but it was not the ski resort yet.
No.
Hadn't caught on, so it was still a small little mountain town with a mine up the top.
Glenn and his wife lived there at the time. They worked the mine. And we toured that, not the mine, but we toured the mill. When everybody up there, most everybody worked at that place. And it was a nice place. And we done a lot of camping. In fact, on the other side of that mountain was Luray. And there was a Jeep trail across there. And we went across that Jeep trail with Glenn in that four-wheel drive Jeep once.
And our doggy.
That little dog we had, Reba. No. Callie, little tiny. She would get out of that Jeep and run on around there excited, but the minute that Jeep started, she shot the beeline for that Jeep. She was not going to get left up there.
She would jump out of my arms to run to that Jeep.
She was not going to get left. That was interesting.
Country road.